Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Welcome to the Voorhees Township Committee meeting of June 10th, 2019. Please rise and join me to salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Friedman?
Here.
Mr. Platt?
Here.
Mr. Ravitz?
Here.
Ms. Lucia? Here. Mayor McDonough?
Here.
Good evening, everyone. This meeting is being held in accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act. Do notice that this meeting has been published by our municipal clerk and both the Courier Post and Inquirer newspapers. Also, a copy of the annual meeting notice has been posted on the bulletin board outside the municipal clerk's office. You should be advised there's no smoking in the building by state law. I'd ask that you take notice of the emergency exits to the rear of the room. There's also emergency exits up front on either side of Township Committee. Finally, you should be aware that this meeting is being videotaped and will be shown on the local public access channels at a later date. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Our first matter this evening is the public portion for resolutions only. If there's anyone from the public that has any comments on any of our resolutions this evening, please come forward.
Seeing none, move to vote public portion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The public portion for resolutions is closed. Our resolutions this evening are number 147-19, approving the insertion of an item of revenue, $65,767.77, State of New Jersey Clean Communities Fund. Resolution number 148-19, approving the insertion of an item of revenue, $10,000 Sustainable Jersey Grant Community Visioning. Resolution number 149-19, approving an insertion of an item of revenue, $190,000 New Jersey DOT traffic signals. Resolution number 150-19, approving the cancellation of outstanding checks. Resolution number 151-19, renewing a transportation agreement between Voorhees Township and Virtua Health Systems. Resolution number 152-19, authorizing the execution of an intermunicipal agreement by and between the Township of Voorhees, the Township of Cherry Hill, and the Cherry Hill Care Group, LLC, concerning the development of the property located at 840 Evesham Road, designated as Block 519.11, Lot 2.01, as set forth in the tax map of the Township of Cherry Hill, to connect the Voorhees Township sewer system. Resolution number 153-19, encouraging the use of recyclable paper bags and reusable bags instead of plastic bags. Resolution number 154-19, approving the hiring of Dominique Decker to the part-time position of records clerk in the Voorhees Township Police Department. Resolution number 155-19, approving the hiring of 5 emergency medical technicians in the Voorhees Township Fire Department. And resolution number 156-19, approving liquor license renewals for 2019-2020. Do I have a motion for approval of those resolutions? Motion?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none of those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So carried. There's no need for an executive session this evening. Next will be approval of our tax collector's report for May 2019, our minutes from May 13th, 2019, minutes from May 28th, 2019, and our bill list for June 10th, 2019. Do I have a motion for approval of those?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I just have to abstain from the Whitmer check that's on there.
Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none of those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So carried. Next is comments from our committee. Any comments from our committee this evening? Before we get to our presentation this evening, I will go to the public. If there's anyone from the public who has any questions or comments, please come forward.
Seeing no one, move to the public portion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The public portion is closed. And I know we're privileged to have some friends here again this year. Come on up. Tell us again why you're here and the wonderful things that you're doing.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and esteemed members of the committee. This is becoming very familiar. Probably 4th or 5th year in a row I think I've been here, and I thank you for having me. And just as a reminder, I'm Jeff Craighead, representing the Greater Delaware Valley chapter of the MS Society, and specifically Bike MS City to Shore. I'm both a cyclist on the ride, and I'm a volunteer member of the planning team that helps the society put on the ride. I could also say that I'm representing 2.3 million people worldwide that have MS. 15,000 of those are in the tri-state area that we serve directly with our local society. I would also like to say on the numbers front that in the past I would give the stat that 400,000 people in the United States have MS. However, kind of breaking news, there was a study done just published in the Journal of the American Academy of Neurology that puts that estimate at about 1 million people in the United States. So 2.5 times more than we previously were saying we thought had MS in the United States. So if anything, that gives us cyclists even more urgency on this ride. The National MS Society's mission is to pull together people and other resources to help anyone who has MS live the best life that they can live. And the 3 tenets of the mission are to stop MS in its tracks, to restore any damage or capability that's been lost, and ultimately to end MS, a goal that we have not yet achieved, but that we are striving for. A big part is research. I think I told you last year that the MS Society is the largest private funder of MS research. $1 billion to date has been funded, and 40 million just last year alone, and that represents 360 individual research projects. However, I would like to highlight that not all that research is the high visibility drug research that you hear about. There's even research being done in wellness, looking at diet and exercise, and even some alternative therapies that can be used in conjunction with the medication. All those things to help people live a better life that have MS. So, a little report on last year's ride. 6,000 riders, 1,000 volunteers got together on the weekend in September and raised $5 million. So our goal this year is to bring together 5,000 to 6,000 more cyclists, another 1,000 volunteers, and our goal is to raise another $5 million. So first of all, I'm here to thank you for continuing to allow us to ride through your community. Even though we know we're only in your community a short time, a short number of miles and short duration of time, it's critical, and we don't take that lightly, and we thank you over and over again from the bottom of our hearts for allowing us to do that. For the council, the committee in giving us your support, the police officers who come out during the weekend to support us. As I've said other times, as a cyclist, I appreciate the police officers that we see at every intersection keeping us safe and moving the ride along. So we definitely appreciate that. So as usual, we will be on Crescent Road, crossing Evesham Road and Centennial Boulevard. The impact on Saturday is, because you're early in the ride, we expect to be impacting you mostly from 6 a.m. to 9:30, so hopefully the rest of Saturday your residents can go about their business. Sunday it's a longer period of time, but I think a less impact. We have about half the riders come back on Sunday. It's spread out over the whole day. You could see riders from anywhere from 9 o'clock in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon, but well spread out. And in my personal opinion, from riding both days, much smaller impact on the communities. But again, we thank you very much for this. It's critical to the mission of the MS Society, and we want to stress that we have a safety program that stresses not only safety but courtesy of our riders so that we impact the communities as little as possible, and that's another way for us to say thank you to you for having us. So once again, thank you very much. I do have a plaque here that I can present to the mayor. I also have some literature to pass out if anyone wants to ride or get involved. And I will highlight that there's a discount code, 25% off for registering for the ride on the back of the card. So if you would like to ride or be one of those 1,000 volunteers, we would love to have you. So thank you once again.
Well, thank you very much. We're always thrilled to be part of it. It's such a great cause. Our police do a great job. The riders do a great job. What we're going to do is I'm going to adjourn the meeting. We'll come down, get some pictures of the presentation. And as long as this Bike to Shore ride is around, he's happy to be a part of it. So thank you.
I'll hold this till you.
Okay, and with that, we are adjourned. Good evening.